on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. Does it?
Let's see if we can just
Are
like
you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If... Unfortunately. Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
What happens if I just turn around and leave?
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going? Fine. I suppose you just...
What did I click?
Quiet.
Oh, I clicked nope.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How can...
Turn around again and leave again. How much
You're really
can I
keen
lose
on
this?
wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish if you are. When I said everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess. And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too, so if you think about it, walking up to that, but fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but...
Change the avatar again? No, it's the same one. It's the same program. It's the same person. It's the same program. This is the one I was using before I switched to the new program, but Steam does not like to launch this game while the other program is running, so I have just simply decided not to. In fact, I'm gonna just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
Choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Okay.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Remember has it you slept through Morgan's stream last night? Yeah, because I had to
At
fucking
first,
work this
it's
morning because I have a day
flickers
job.
out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Oh, have you played this? Oh, hello. I thought you were
You've doomed
Smart,
us all.
the names are
You
both
know that,
blue.
right?
Hello, Harper.
But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
Okay,
You
let
lose
us
track
die.
of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Good. Ooh. We actually get a second part to this.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
There are like 11 world-ending events that had happened already. Exactly.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Contrarian.
He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day.
Literally me at any time.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
Hell
The
yeah.
world really did end last time, didn't it?
No, let me out. Let me out. Let me out. I don't know what I hit, but I want out. There we go.
The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
What if I don't wanna? Yep, okay. Heading to the cabin now, or I'm definitely gonna slay that princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
What if I don't, though?
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe
Remove
she
the
isn't
S.
a liar. Ignore him. He's just being
Not in this
difficult for the sake
timeline.
of it. Let's keep an open mind. The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all
Oh,
shifted.
that's weird.
An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
No thanks.
If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that, and when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together.
What if I don't, though?
Just ignore the stressful
The stress-
geometry.
just
and
ignore the
stay
stressful
calm.
geometry and stay
How?
calm.
Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind.
I've been trying to do that for years. Like, it's
Yes,
still
take
mess,
a
yeah.
deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
We're not gonna take the knife. Fuck the knife.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get. your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon.
We don't need a weapon. We're
But
fine.
we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
New favorite voice in my head. What staircase do we take? When in doubt, go left.
You step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs until there's nothing left in them to feel. The air around you grows cold the further you progress. At first a barely noticeable drop, quickly evolving into a numbing cold. Your toes feel like blocks of ice, your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed vapor. You shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep chill. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
Okay, seems like
Consumption and
left was a
betrayal.
bad idea.
Skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you just going to stand there?
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
Literally me going
Princess,
after any traumatic
eyes
event.
bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
The look I give when a customer walks in, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've been watching you stare at me for a long, long time.
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. I don't think she likes us. Wouldn't you be skeptical of someone stumbling in here if you were her? We lost ourselves the second we stepped into this place. I don't know how long she's been here, but I can't imagine it would be easy for her to trust anyone. Those eyes, though. They're so sharp. It's just deception. Don't buy into it. You can do this.
It's okay. Don't worry. Sometimes I get lost here too.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin? There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going.
I do.
Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start?
Death? That's okay.
We'd always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously making things worse.
What, like you need me to hold your hand and tell you everything's okay? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone, and I'm not alone either. I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really. You can call me Princess, if you'd like. Princess. It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one around to use it?
None of them have names. How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
Why are these all the same?
Wait, that's not right. Go on. Take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone.
Oh no.
We were
killed
never
the
going to
narrator.
salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Easy ending. You don't know if she had the chance to hear your reply. She's gone, replaced with something else.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
It's starting in 1 minute.
It is. Does that mean the world ended? What are we supposed to do now?
Pick a god and pray.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. Again, what the hell are we supposed to do? There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. No. Don't do that. I'm begging you, don't do this.
You approach the mirror. You're gone. The mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. You are at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you? Thoughts without connections, a dim and nascent network. I wish to be more. I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walked. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves. How can the world have ended if we are talking? the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom. You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold. How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. Then we will be here forever, as we are now, unfinished, dry, hollow. I have not everything. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
You're on a path in the woods. Don't mention it.
Let's do another one without a knife.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Okay. I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
I've never done this one.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one. I know you think this is some kind of fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch. No one has to die.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Can and will.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way back to the stairs.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? You can still grab the blade and get back down here. It'll be the death of all of us, but fine. We'll do it your. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
Yeah, sounds trustworthy.
As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
I could be innocent and harmless, if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to fire me live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet. and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Don't turn around, yeah.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. I can assure you that you're not dead. If he doesn't remember what happened, then shh. What if he hears us? That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save after all. Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We couldn't trust either of you, and as far as I'm concerned, we still can't. All we did was lock her away. And how'd that work out for you? No comment. Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And your solution is to send us back in there. Do you want us to slay the princess, or do you want the princess to slay us? Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't. Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. Sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working. And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop
Jokes
her?
on you, I pose a threat to myself.
What do you want
yeah.
from us? I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can. her warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone. The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time.
It's just an empty frame.
She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
That knife is way too well placed in the entrance. Yeah, because the table's knocked over.
You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor.
Stabby, stabby.
It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Steel can't lie to us.
Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife?
Slay
Could we have a
queen, I
bomb?
mean princess. Hi,
The
Mangles.
blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself. Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death. You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up
Oh, yeah,
from
they're
below
blinking.
reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
Step off into the void between the stairs. Should I just kill myself? Should I just kill myself, chat? I think I should just step off the void between the stairs. Yes? Fucking say less.
You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force.
God damn it.
Why did you do that? What did you think would happen? Congratulations, you really lucked out. Of all the things that could have happened from stepping into a void, nothing is quite possibly the best outcome you could have gotten.
That's so fun.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible
three
against the
options.
inky
Throw the knife,
black of the
stab her, and let
basement
my organs fail.
mark where
Or
the floor
leave.
should be, forming vague
won't let me leave,
pathways.
yeah.
At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
When in Doko left.
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. we're completely exposed.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is?
No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you.
Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
Because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
When in doubt, go left.
You turn to the left. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow.
This is it, isn't it?
And you brought a little knife with you. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think!
What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Okay, Jim.
As your blood begins to coagulate, it's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Nerves.
What are you doing?
I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death.
Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again.
You sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left.
Yes, I'm sure.
Heart, lungs, liver. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath. Liver,
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
heart, lungs.
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
Nerves,
She isn't attacking us.
lungs,
Why?
the why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Nerves, heart. Your weapon is still in your hands.
Liver.
Strike at her and
Nerve.
end this before it's too late. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver,
Because I don't want to. And even if I did, I don't have to.
liver.
Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now. And I'm enjoying the show.
Lungs, liver. The princess leans forward, bringing her masked lips close to your ear.
If I want to see you gone, all I need to do is break your concentration.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck. It feels like static. And then... Shit, make her stop.
Hey, snap out of it.
Okay, deep breath. Deep breath, we're fine. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. You're back. Lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
One moment,
lungs, liver,
and then you're
nerves,
gone.
heart, lungs,
Just
liver,
like
nerves,
that.
heart, lungs, liver,
Ah,
nerves,
and
heart,
there's the fear.
nerves. She pulls away. Lungs, liver, nerves.
But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it?
Nerves,
I've already
heart,
done that.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, 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 lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then...
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
Well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too.
lungs, liver,
I don't think I can move without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you?
Liver, nerves.
And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
You seem miserable.
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
And we're stuck down here together. Until you change your mind.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Static, and a skipped beat as she touches your shoulder and whispers in your ear. No! Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Or until your heart finally gives out.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
And then, when you die, I'll find myself somewhere new. And before too long, you'll be there too. That's how this all works, right? This doesn't end until you let me out. And a lot can happen before then. I'm sure I can get creative.
Ad starting in 20 seconds.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
Toss the blade and remain in your nightmare. Killing myself.
Serious. Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver. You fling the blade into the void, denying yourself the opportunity to ever slay her and finish your mission. Nobody's happy here, but maybe it's for the best. Heart, lungs, liver.
You poor deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not? I am what I am. And you're always going to be a coward.
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you. Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken. No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Let me out.
A reprieve, a good life, love, children, a steady career, recognition from your peers. Here one moment, gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Let me out.
No. What's happening to us?
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going. You can't keep going? Well, what are you talking about?
But he doesn't respond.
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Your body is dead, but you live on. The moment of clarity.
You're on a path in the... Shit! What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing? There was a princess, I think. It's all so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember. You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you? I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out. No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her. Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we? Yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything. No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there forever. I think. We're supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart?
All the
We
different
can't
voices.
have feeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere. There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything. We love her, so we have to set her free. Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us? To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love. Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us. This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here? Many times. It feels like we've been here forever, but it also feels like we've barely been here at all. It doesn't matter. Yes, we just have to do what she says and then everything will be fine. It won't. It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine, it just goes on and on. What does here even mean if you really think about it? Shut up. You were here. Every single time. You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order. And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged. You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft. A shame, really. Don't think about that too hard. All it will do is weaken your resolve and make it that much harder for you to slay her. Maybe you're shattered in your own way. Are you your memories? Or are you the one perceiving the present moment? Ugh, here you go philosophizing again. It never goes anywhere. Yes, this is far from the first time you've asked us about consciousness. Who am I? What am I? What is I? Who even cares? They're good questions, great questions even, but they don't have any answers. And they all just end in quivering torment. It doesn't matter what we do, because we always find her, and if we don't find her, she always finds us. And then she smashes us into smaller pieces. If you all just stopped feeling, we could have been done with this ages ago.
Your thoughts are far too scattered to rein back in. Your only option is to silence them. I don't care how you feel. You have to slay her. You have to pull yourself together. You have to snap out of it.
You're lucky you haven't been stuck here like the rest of them. There's no other way to keep going. You either need to forget, or you need to stop feeling much of anything. They can't do either.
He's not wrong. He's the only smart one left, if you ask me.
He's worse than her.
Kind of like this one. The only way to is to do nothing, so nothing I will do.
You do nothing. You can't just do nothing. You have to do something.
That's a new one. Huh. Do you think it'll work? No. Nothing ever works.
Boo! You're the worst one.
He's not the one who got us into this mess.
At least I keep you breathing around her.
You just leave her in there.
See? That's why the sad one's the worst. The jumpy one
That's
tries.
the kind of idea we're trying to go for.
Who cares? All of you just yap about nothing. And that kind of attitude is why you're in the top half. Great. And that's why you're not the top. I want to see what nothing does for us. And right now, all of you aren't letting nothing happen.
Hopefully this stuffs all the rest of them someplace quiet. You need me, and you need to not have them. He'll get you killed by himself.
Oh, all of us have gotten all the rest of us killed at one point or another. That's hardly even a concern now. As the little voices bicker amongst themselves, you do your best to stay still in the woods. It is difficult, and the more time you spend waiting, the harder it will be to sharpen your focus when you need it.
I wonder what we look like right now. Are we standing? Sitting? I like to think we have an air of dignity.
My point exactly.
My VTuber mic is somehow picking up me scratching at my neck, which is very weird. Continue to do nothing.
Congratulations, you continue to waste everyone's time and do nothing. Wait, can you still hear me? Everything's getting fuzzy. Ha! It's our turn to flip the table.
This is the end, isn't it?
Everything is wrong.
What is that twisting feeling? We're so small. I don't think we're supposed to be here.
Just another bout of nonsense. Again.
I can't think anymore.
Finally, I've just needed to leave for so long.
I thought I would last without them. I thought I was special.
Well, it looks like this was a good idea. Something new is happening. Well done. Brilliant, even. Right? Guys?
The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Memory returns. There's a distant rumbling, sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. You already know what dwells in the empty spaces. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Confusion. Why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It's useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts. Force pushed against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret. This world is broken with prayer. You must weave something new. waggling finger. There's only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation.
You're on a path in the woods. That's the spirit.
All right, let's kill her, but like be funny about it.
You take the blade from the table.
Oh, are you now?
This was chapter
Why don't
2
you
before.
come down
Yes,
and
the
let
game
me take a
loops.
look at you?
The game constantly
Great job.
loops.
You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide
course,
what we
chapter
want
2.
to
No,
do
no, no.
after we
So,
talk to her.
every time-
Maybe she really is a monster.
The whole
Killing
premise of
someone
this
in
game
cold blood isn't
is that
very
you're supposed to
becoming
run
of
through a
us.
scenario with the princess. And every time you run through a scenario, once you reach the end, the hands at the end of the world consume the vessel of the princess. And you need to keep redoing the loop over and over again and obtaining different vessels for the hands. So what had happened was, when I was in the nightmare, I had gone through 3 sections of it where I kept just doing nothing, refusing to do anything. The first was just locking her in the basement. The second one was throwing the knife into the void and doing nothing. And then the third one was me standing in the forest doing absolutely nothing. So then when the hands came to get me, they were like, hey, you didn't bring us a vessel and this shit, it's kind of broken. So like, go back and do it again.
You ignore the trembling in your hand.
You poor thing.
You step forward. Your
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a so.
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled.
Hesitating.
The blade
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk. Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're 2 people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship. Oh, have you decided what to do with
You know what. You charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck.
Oh.
Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time. With the last bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
The 2 of you collapse on the floor.
somehow? I thought this would do. You really think that...
It's like she's convinced, but you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything.
Oh, the razor. There we go. Another new one.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to. I can assure you that if he doesn't remember what happened.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. When we asked you if you were sure she didn't have a weapon on her, you said you were positive she didn't. But it turns out she did, because when we charged her, she started stabbing us to death.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine. Warn she will love. He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? We know what to look out. Just stay. The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your... You take the blade from the table. It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you. That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. Her grating voice.
I hope you've come to rescue me.
There is something so... Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Wrong. Buzzers. Speakers just buzzing. Is the audio being funky? I don't see why it would be doing that. Is it still doing it?
What? No! No! I wouldn't stab you. I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason. And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to, not stabbing distance to help me.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her. She certainly feels threatening. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it.
The fucking sweat
But you know
melts on her
who
face.
is armed? You. So stop second-guessing yourself and do your job. But I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her
Okay,
right now
thank you.
before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
A knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife? And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death. Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you, but I don't have one, so I can't.
The princess smiles as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too! Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero. That's so rude of you, passing judgments on strangers you've never met just because they're different from you. How would you like it if I did that, huh? Silly little Birdface thinks he's so serious coming down here but doesn't know anything. Thinks he could tell me to get rid of all the knives I don't even have while he gets to wave one around right in front of me. I bet you didn't like that, did you? I bet you didn't like being judged for no reason.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her? We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now? You're acting like you are. My entire world is at risk. Then maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way. No, I have my dignity. Fine, then we'll continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
Last time, if somebody came into my house and tried to kill me and I cut his neck open and then he stabbed me in the heart and we both died looking in each other's eyes, well, surely I would remember that. But I don't remember it, so it must not have happened.
Last time? What are you talking about? Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth. I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember, right? Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think
Sounds
you're
like
doing.
the worst enemies to lover story ever. You're right. This game is advertised as a love story, and I'll tell you what, it is.
Would I just lie? Would I just lie to your face and tell you a thing I remembered happening didn't happen just so I could stab you again? I mean, just so I could stab you for the first time.
Well, excuse me, princess.
Hi, Piper.
She said again, and her taking it back doesn't count. Do you hear how deranged you sound right now? Please stop dawdling. This is only going to end with violence. Postponing the inevitable is only going to make it worse for you when it actually happens.
Who's stabbing who, what, when, where, why, how? Yeah.
That doesn't sound like me.
I think I've said my piece at this point.
Stabbing each other, longing to yeah,
I think
enemies
we
to
all
lovers.
have. But if you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting stabbed to death.
But if we killed each other, then why are we here, right now? Both of us normal and unstabbed. Of course not. At least not now, because you're here to save me. But you'll have to come close. Okay, I'm bored now.
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a way that shit. In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess she did have a knife of her own after all. How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do? At least we're safe here. She's still in chains. And those chains stop her from continuing her advance, at least for a moment. She looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion. And then she slices through her arm. Okay, maybe we aren't safe here. She doesn't even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to outpace. Ah, shit. Okay, she's down an arm and we still have a weapon. I guess we'll have to use it.
Okay,
Use
see you
it you
later,
do.
Piper.
But unfortunately for you, and for the entire world, you are horribly outmatched. You keep pace with her for a single brief and wordless exchange before she severs your hand and, with it, your only line of defense. She's even better at this than she was last
Have
time.
a great day at work, Piper.
Bloody cheater.
I'm going to kill you now.
With a squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark,
And you
and
die.
you die. You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. Your what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
I love
I
this
feel
so much.
dizzy.
That's so funny.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now? The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight. What's the point of fighting if she's just going to win every time? It hurts being sliced to pieces. We're better off just sitting up here and doing nothing. Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right, that's too much responsibility. I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world. Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
That's
This
one was
feels
just her
right.
waiting before we
We
could
just
stop
have
that.
to
Yep.
keep our senses sharp. That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
It's also the choices I'm choosing, right? Like,
But
I
what
chose
if
to
we
sit
never
there
do?
and talk and drag it out. Like, I could have attacked her right away.
So, are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to? I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? There isn't a door,
Well,
there's
that's
just
not
that
what happened,
mirror.
is it? So we're fine.
There isn't a mirror. You really messed things. I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at... Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to... Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. Oh. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. And the mirror's gone. it was never there. It's time for us just to stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Fun for her. Thinking about dying makes us as good. Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice. Nothing bad has come. Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one. The past isn't real. Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
Oh, that's easy. I'm gonna try flirting with her. Yes!
Now, I've tolerated quite a bit from you, but this is a bridge too far. Please don't try romancing the princess. She wants to kill you. She's going to end the world if you don't stop her. Yeah, do we have to flirt with the murderous monster? I'd rather not.
It's not like she wants us anyway.
I'm fine with it. Let's see where this goes.
Everyone wants to kill you. That's why you make them laugh so they keep you around. You're right. I'm gonna hatch that over day. How about you buy me dinner before impaling me to death? Give her the look.
The look. The look. We've all used it. Yeah, do you not know about the look?
Even I know about the look.
You flash the princess the look. And a rosy blush rushes to the princess's cheeks as she breaks into a wide
That's so
grin.
funny.
Unbelievable.
Oh, is that how it is? Yeah, okay, I feel that. I like you too. Neat.
Let's go.
Be damned, this is actually going to work, isn't it?
Still going to kill you. But now we can both enjoy a mutual romantic subtext to the murder.
A mutual romantic subtext to the murder.
Or not.
At least she likes us. I've never been liked before.
Blush still glowing in her cheeks. The princess
Let's see if I
closes
can
the
do some
distance
love. I gotta
between
go do my
you, blades
chores.
flashing.
I'm playing this game. You're going to thank you,
She
Lily.
skewers you. Ow.
Have fun with
What
your chores.
worthwhile romance doesn't hurt at least a little bit? What matters is that she likes us. She's even said as much.
I love you too, Lily.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her. As long as we keep moving. We'll win her heart eventually.
Oh, great. So it's going to get even more crowded. Even more deluded voices that think we might stand any kind of chance.
Come on, show me something new.
Fighting her, kill her authority. Just swords for armor, panicking. And let's stab us, we're gonna have a stiff upper lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't let ourselves feel it. Or she wins by killing us, right? So let's beat her to it. So either indignantly let her stab us or kill ourselves, and I don't know which one is funnier. Let's beat her to it. Memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
Then
You can't kill me
skewer
if I kill me.
yourself.
Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought. Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder. She skewers you.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
Just panic. Flee. She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
Do you see that? We almost had her. That was luck. But we only have to get lucky once. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels.
This is why I don't understand knife play. Ah!
She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
It doesn't matter how
This is like a
many
Dark
times this
Souls
takes,
boss.
we
Like, listen, you
can't
can kill me as
give
many times
up.
as you want. I only have to kill you once.
Okay, let's go again. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. None of this is working. Think. She skewers you. We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time, that's all we need. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Mutually assured destruction.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here. Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand.
Stabby.
Oh, what if? Throw it out the window. Over my dead body.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman? I'm sure I can think of a better way to die. They're all the same, really. How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them? Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover. Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing.
That's so funny.
Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears.
This face is such a mood.
And then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls.
Oh, hell yeah, Dark Souls
All
boss.
that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit! She's gorgeous. Absolutely
This is the Queen of Blades. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yes, behold the
perfect woman.
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
I think we could throw her
That
out the
looked
window.
painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
Me too, bro.
We're
Me too.
screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
This
All right,
is all
sir.
just
What just happened? It's so quiet.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You don't act, and yet through that inaction, your body moves on its own. Princess strikes you as you approach. As her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There is only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. All your instincts, yeah. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening. The blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. That was a long route. That route was like a long one. You not get to see each other die, or will you ever? It's time for you to leave. Time to leave the turns. You do so. You are goaded. You've grown. It's literally only the second vessel. Fuck. This one's taking a while.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality whenever you are ready. Why wouldn't I be kind to you? This one is a single-minded edge. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for a piercing heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be. If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. You will have your rest and
Adversary Tower. Spectre. Laser. We only have 2 more vessels.
I will long for your return, but we will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Alright, round 3.
You're on.
I have
You
no
make your
idea.
way
I haven't
up.
done it yet. I'm trying to get all the vessels before I try and fuck around with the Long Silent. Okay, let's see here. Fall to a feral captive. Or betray her before she can betray you.
The door to the base, her voice.
Don't be a stranger.
I have an idea.
You're only making this more.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd attempt some. You tried it.
What happens? Let's kill her.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's. Okay, there's no going back now.
You bastard.
The princess pushes away from you. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the.
You've made a terrible and.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's an act. She's wounded. I'm not so. Don't waver. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same. Your blade cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground. Your body racked with pain as she. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well. Your blade having. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you. We can still turn this around.
I don't know. We'll find out.
You steel your resolve and take another step closer to the princess. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? Can you not feel all those... You take another step forward. The two of you enter one last exchange. A flurry of blade and claw and flesh. You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you.
After all this time alone,
Silence. You've paid a terrible price.
if you think this is it.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark.
Oh. Yeah, this is the witch. I think we did the betrayal.
You're on a path. You're here. Oh, don't you start if he doesn't... Brilliant. You know I can hear you, right?
The opportunist.
Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show. She will lie. Don't worry. The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, her voice...
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
I'm not nasty.
But you are. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized you.
She must have you confused. She seems friendly and... You can't. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop. Fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom.
And there you are. One hand tucked away behind.
That's no fair.
So, we've dropped good.
You made a comment
No,
back
it's
in
the
the
witch.
woods about having been here.
Or actually, let me see. Yeah, it's the witch. The betrayal, not fall to a feral captive, because that's the beast. But this is the witch.
Oh, no. That's pretty sharp. Call it deductive. Well, So, you really... No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality. I'm just glad. Is it? Or just focus on the task at hand? Let's chat her up a bit first. Don't talk to her. You're...
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue. Things did get out of hand, didn't they?
But it's hard to let bygones be bygones when they led to murder. And you started it.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize.
Oh, you're sorry. Is it if you're sorry that... And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them? But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little... She needs us to get out. You won't be fine, because destruction, even if that's true, that doesn't I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. See? He gets it.
Is that a joke? Do you think I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could.
Seems to me like she's offering a... Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds...
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little...
Ad starting in 30 seconds.
A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We're armed and she's not. What's she gonna do? You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. You can't be serious. Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote, as do I. I, abstain?
This is not a democracy.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know. You hand the blade to the princess, who quickly snatches it from you, her eyes darting between you and the weapon with a nervous curiosity.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you? What do you think happens now?
She pulls back, clearly caught off guard by whatever nonsense you just said to her.
Flirting with her is always the right answer.
I thought it was nice. Whether it's nice depends on if you were lying, we'd all know. But unfortunately, you weren't.
She
lying.
is cute, though.
What? What do you mean by that? What kind of...
The look of surprise that momentarily softened her features vanishes as she steels her nerves. And then she buries the blade in your heart. What? No, I told you. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
Hey, now we get to Act 3.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern.
Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark,
And
you die. You're on a path. I can't believe she actually stabbed her. I told you not to give her the blade. Yeah, we know. You already got your item. I just wanted to make sure that everyone here knows that Oh, you're far from being on the... Oh, a visionary. Gladly, my dear fellow. By cruelly turning on the princess in her moment of vulnerability, we made ourselves an enemy. But by mastering our fear and insecurity and handing over our power, we've begun a journey to something so much deeper. I like journeys. Traveling is a bit of a passion of mine. It makes me so relatable. Now, where are we off to? Well, if we're lucky, she hates us. Does she? She hesitates. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already... You know, maybe you're right. In which, give what another try exactly? It makes no difference if we conspire in the shadows or bear our intentions with open hearts. Oh, are you? Great. So you've obviously been here twice, actually. Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you. Yes. Good. Playing both sides. That's what smart people... I'm not sure it can... Buddy, you're thinking in far too few dimensions. There's layers to do it. Trust in what? The Decider's plan. Sure, we don't know what the plan is yet, but that's part of the whole trusting thing, isn't it? There isn't a plan, and that's the... If I were you, I'd remember what she's done. It isn't long before you find yourself... I don't know if I'd say... You talking about me? I have a position. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. The prince... The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned-out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table. A pristine... We gave it. Well, it's not here. Let me guess. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up. If she does have it, that's all the more unless her heart tells her to stab us, which... You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the base. You know what you have to do. Wipe off... You reach forward and wave your hand through the... Alas, our fine features well, seems like... Yes, that's where everything tends to be. You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But these thorns are an expression of her voice, worn down by...
I can't get away from you, can I? We kill each other and you come back. You let me kill you and you come back. I think you know how this goes. I'm down here.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess. Her bloody...
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh? I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
The princess clutches the blade close.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a...
And I've also hurt you. I don't know.
She's right. There's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and... We don't need words to send a message.
That, my friend, is called trauma. Yep.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying it for a moment. She clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going, but then the tension fades. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin. She trusts us. Yeah, a little. It could just be nerves. Being this close to her does bring back unpleasant memories, but we are special to have gained an ounce of trust from a maiden so... Yeah, let's do it. Or, hear me out. We slay... That sounds like a splendid... I see that the light... It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2. You don't count. Because he's clear... That doesn't matter. He's been with us.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Yes. What? Oh, so you're suddenly team free her. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole... Everyone deserves a chance at redemption. That's right. We've already given him... And who says I don't deserve another? And I have no problem with that. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the... She flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. Such a pathetic attempt at distraction and subterfuge. Our blade... You're right. He can't even make it slip, can he? He's a bit of a nobody. Good thing I've been on you. The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
You actually meant it.
Do you see the way she's looking at us?
Oh, fuck yeah, we're kissing
Can
the
we
princess.
actually do that? No, you can't. You know as well as I do that we can.
Fuck yeah, we're kissing the
And
princess.
we wouldn't want to throw away a chance for a special moment, now would we? If I were only capable of throwing myself off a bridge.
Mood.
Well, are you going to describe our steamy, romantic kiss? You lean in and you kiss her. And she reciprocates enthusiastically. You kiss. It's done. Are you happy now?
No.
Come on now, this is the big moment. You can do better than that. Ugh, fine. You and the princess lock eyes and stare deep into each other's souls with all the roaring emotion that comes from letting what once was hatred turn into pure, unbridled passion.
This was the real enemies to lovers.
Are you making fun of us? And then each of you close your eyes and kiss. Words can describe neither the nuclear fire nor the oceanic depth of your connection. Please. I think he actually likes romance.
The witch storyline.
History itself were not about to end. Historians would document this moment for the rest of time. Musicians would write era-defining ballads, and great artists would expend entire lifetimes trying to merely capture the spark you hold right now. He's making fun of us. It doesn't matter either way, because this is good stuff. I'm aware of my skills.
I'm aware of my skills. Me, when I
Unfortunately
have...
for you, the moment doesn't last forever. You open your eyes, the princess smiles gently up at you. Time for you to damn the whole world to oblivion, I suppose.
Me, when I have to do something I don't want to do, but I still do an excellent job at it.
That was nice.
Her hand slips into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs. Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allow... Please, after all the trials we've been through, do you really think... We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just...
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than
We still
this.
very much have thorns on her. It's part of her dress now, I think.
As As you step into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this? Your nightmare is our dream. Whatever world would condemn star-crossed lovers like us to a cycle of violence and despair isn't a world worth saving. We'll weave something
She's
new
Jesus
together.
now.
Something better. You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Step into your freedom.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and
It's
step
got an achievement,
out
turning
into
over a new leaf,
new
working
day.
over some issues and learning to trust again.
Irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now? Where's everything going? Why is it so cold?
Memory
She's gone.
returns.
And there's that mirror. But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right? If they think it's bad,
Hello,
I'm
Morgan.
with that.
He is awake. Speaking of Jesus, he has awoken. Haha. I'm funny. My mother thinks I'm hilarious.
Okay, she'll be there finally.
It's me, I'm Jesus. Yep. Gonna play Morgan's ego. What ego? What is he? Vegeta? Ultra ego? You were decayed. Oh, sorry, you withered. I think this has been my favorite storyline so far.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing.
Okay.
We will know. It will, in time.
Alright, ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for
Everything
us to
goes
meet
dark
again.
and you die. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods.
Go to the back. Go to the cabin. Alright, so we need to figure out... we really just... oh yeah, we got the second part of Thorn. Yeah. Fall to a feral captive. I need to figure out how to get this one. Would that be with or without blade? Fall to a feral captive. Feral. If we don't take the blade, we only end up with the two options. Like, if we don't take the blade, our only option is, like, we talk to her, we leave, and then we get locked in, and then the blade shows up. Fall to a feral captive. Say we take the blade.
You take the blade.
I'll enter the basement. Just checking in on you.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
Nuh-uh. I like this answer. I haven't done this one yet. Nuh-uh.
We should. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what...
Thank you. Maybe...
We'll be fine.
And yet, you hesitated the moment you saw me. And you'd someone put you up to this, right?
That's a fair question. Don't give away the game.
I'm right, aren't I? So who put you up to this? Do you? So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why? I don't remember much about it, to be honest.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous? Ending the world seems like an awful...
Barrel. I feel like I fucked up here.
Oh, you have to.
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks. Your shouts and you're here. You try the door. Against your better judge, you cut into. The blade is sharp and you make quick work of it. If no, we won't have any of that. Stop that. The blade.
Oh, the prisoner? I don't want the prisoner. Well...
I can assure you that I'm inclined. You know.
Okay, I'm fine with... Prisoner's
Oh,
okay. I'm
warning.
fine with doing the prisoner again.
She will
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
don't
I
believe a word she said.
need to figure out what to do for that. Okay, this time
Take
I'm
the
not
blade from
gonna
the
lock
table.
myself into the chains. Oh, right-clicking takes me. That's interesting.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. You walk down the stair.
The worst sights, the prison of the world. No, it's just a walk away. Handed. Is that what it is? Is that the path? Worst sights of prison, you can always choose to walk away empty-handed. Maybe I can just
As
leave.
if by divine will, just as you finish the thought, you hear, "That's not fair. Unless you deal with her right here." So it's not.
How surprising. They love.
You step towards the prince.
There's fine. I'd prefer we.
That's reasonable. You do as she.
Let me borrow that knife. Don't worry, you'll get it.
But she seems confident. Whatever. Oh, please, she's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be obvious. Though if she isn't bluffing, so I don't know. Then let me help you. I'll start
Look
with
over
the
2 minutes
cons.
now. They're not changing. Yeah,
If you're
so
handing her your weapon,
I went through the
the
option
cons are
where
she
I
might
set
use
her
it to
free
escape
and I
end
cut
the
her
entire
arm off.
world.
And instead of
And
attacking
she
her
might
right away,
use
I
it to
resist and
kill
she
you.
kills me, and that brings me to the
That
prisoner,
doesn't sound great.
which is what this is. But last
about
time
the
I was
pros?
here, I
There
investigated
are
this
none.
chain over here, and it locked me up.
The pros
like a
are
dumbass,
that we
so-
can't trust him.
I can't skip, so I can't,
Oh, are we acknowledging that?
As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use.
Nothing happened. You died, and now you're back.
Is that? It's not like we have.
I do. So I guess this all comes down to which of us. I'm extreme.
It's probably better if we take action anyway.
yeah, fuck it, give her the knife.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you. You tried this last time. Oh, I remember. She killed us. Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen. A little. I think you got your point across. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat.
Hey, yo?
What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
Fucking excuse me?
No. Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she soars through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that? Huh. So that's her play. Killing herself? She isn't dead yet. Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare. I hate this. Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Now hold on, she's dead. I don't have an angle. Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep... You're just wasting your energy. Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved. She didn't. She's dead.
Is she, though?
But
What if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? You open the cabin door, ready to return. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find.
Well played.
Oh, yeah.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already over? Is he gone? But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my life.
She's gone. And is that a... But it feels so... You're right. Okay.
There's a world beyond.
Nope. Okay, that didn't give me... Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have left her body. I didn't even think about that. Cause I thought what it was, like when you first get down there and then just leaving. But like, yeah, no, I should have put more thought into that.
One.
Okay, we get one more chance.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
You're on a path in the
Blaze
woods.
just got a job and I'm
and at
sitting
the
here
end
waiting
of
for him
that
to get
path
home.
is a cabin.
Yeah, not fun, is it?
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, I know which route I want to do next. 'Cause it was
You-
vaguely spoiled for me, but I want to see it for myself.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is the damsel route.
Maybe there's some way to break the... Or if that doesn't work...
If we were stuck down here long enough, we attempted to... Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's eye. No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are... Stop that. The blade! Move the...
Okay.
Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our... Last time, I think he... I do. Sure, don't pay their bickering. You take the blade. I suppose if we're to play the role... Hopefully there's no use arguing over motive. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate... Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. You walk down the My love! We're here to rescue you from your... That's right, well, only because he...
okay with whatever you come up with.
If another version of me was pushed to such...
That's okay. You were just doing your best.
She took that in stride. That's because you think she has someone she doesn't. I think he's right, because
You died.
No, I can't let you do that. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain... Is that a threat? You know what? You're going to regret this.
What do we...
Let me guess.
I just want to make you happy.
She can't... It makes sense to me. That's all...
Okay, if that's what makes you happy.
Is she broken? What's going on? Is she's lying?
Okay, if that's what makes you happy, I can make you unhappy.
This isn't right. I fail to see the problem here. She...
Oh, is that really what you want?
Her eyes dart uncomfortably.
I guess we could do that.
Well, at least she's normal again. But she can't be I don't know. No, it has to be him. It has to be this place. As the voice thinks its thought, your hands...
Wait, what?
Oh, but I do. What? What is he doing? We can't see unless you tell us. Are you sure you want to know? I suppose I can't call for that. You plunge your nails into your chest, digging deep.
Oh no, what are you doing? Are you...
Time out. He should not be allowed. And yet, it will be soon. You yank violently, your bones cracking with wet pop. Your exposed heart, framed by jagged ribs, thumps rhythmically in your raw, bloodied chest. Don't mind my sacrifice. It's a fair...
Oh, I see.
The princess. Everything goes dark and we die? Yes. You're on a path in the woods. Mate, we're clear... Excuse me? You're clearly... Oh. Huh. We've been here before. Well, not here. Not that he was eager to... Right on cue, here's... I can't say I'm happy to be here. Okay, yes, I get it. You've been here before. That's... terrible. We know that you keep telling us that, but we've never seen a world end. As far as I'm concerned, that whole conversation... Yeah, a certain lovesick fool has been suspiciously quiet. One might even say, absent. Oh, you're right. It's a little quiet here, isn't it? Bonus voice? I'm not saying it's a bad thing. All I'm saying is that it's my third time I'm going to describe the interior of the cabin is vast and regal. High arched windows line the walls. Their multicolored glass. Before you, there's... I see your point, but it's still an option that's been taken. Yes, and it's an important one. It's your implement. But it's not there, is it? I don't actually know. You cross the room, stopping just in front of the door to the basement. There is no door. No, there... What? That's because I'm not lying. You reach forward, your hand... I don't like things disappear. Neither do I. And then you push the door open. It would seem that the stairs to the basement don't lead to a basement at all. Rather they... If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably... no, it doesn't work here at all. This place is nice. It's... Well, if all of this has thrown you off your rhythm... No, you absolutely do. Just because she lives in... Am I the only one who remembers how much she changed? That is precise. I don't know, she got weird. We have to move on. No, you can't just say... Her voice, gentle and warm, with...
You're home. Dinner's ready.
As much as I desperately want to know what happened last time, why are you so on edge? That is the problem. This isn't supposed to be nice. And this hall, like the one below, is grand and beautiful. Torches bathe the room in warm, comforting light, just enough to illuminate the tapestries along every wall, woven with scenes of chivalry and courtship and romance. The many cloth eyes are fixed on each other, gazes averted from the long... Your pristine blade glints in the weak torchlight, hanging... So that's where it is! And the tip is already pointed right at... Isn't that suspiciously easy?
You're here. Now we can start being happy together.
As the words leave her mouth, the torches flare and a chair swings in from behind,
Isn't that better? It's our happy ending. Just like you... Oh, right, dinner. I totally forgot.
Flames burn bright and a shadow dives across the table.
Go ahead and dig in.
Remember what... Oh, but... It looks so amazing. I'm not sure about anything. For what it's worth, I generally don't think one should trust strange food that magically appears on a table.
It's okay. It's okay. This is fine. This isn't fine.
As the words leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters and then goes out entirely.
What just happened? Did I do something wrong?
A light went out. Maybe a coincidence, but maybe not. As if in response to the dousing of their brother, the other 3 torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
But it was wrong. I took away a piece of our light. Is the voice that whispers sweet nothings in my ear.
It all makes sense now. It's him, isn't it? He's making all this happen. He's the one who trapped us here. Who? The lovesick one. The one from last time. He's not gone. He's just with her now. He's the shadow.
Smitten?
The torches flare and the shadow grows for a moment, but you don't receive a response. No, I saw him smile. That's him. Regardless, it would seem that he, if there is a he, isn't something you can talk to.
He says his words are just for me, but he wants me to ask. He says he's tired, and I don't think he'll answer.
But as you attempt to get up, the torches flare and shadow. There will be no getting up. The princess smiles.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. That's just how it works here. He just wants a... I don't know. Maybe we could... Yeah, that's exactly what we should do.
Flames roar and the shadow comes dancing across the table. It leaves behind an intricate game. Its pieces elegant and beautiful and enticing. Its simple rules already apparent, even with little explanation.
We can probably work together to figure this out as we go. That sounds like a lot of fun, right?
Yet another waste of time. Why all the distractions? What are we being distracted from? That's the real game. I feel like I'm 2 steps behind. You're overthinking it, mate. I feel like this is just something to do.
Express more of her own
We might as well try to have some fun. You and the princess do indeed figure it out as you go. And what a game it is. The tension between turns, the triumphant highs of moves well placed, and the tragic lows of miscalculations and careless plays. The warmth of trust and the cool texture of deception. And then, the climax, as she places her final piece.
Oh, I think we got the rules wrong.
And so you start over. Time passes. Hey! Ooh, yeah.
Oh, you won. I guess we can.
Time passes. You played.
Oh,
There is a long pause.
This isn't fun anymore, is it?
It's never going to. You don't need me to tell you that. The princess visibly panics as another torch sputters.
Wait. Maybe this is just too easy. Maybe if we added more rules and pieces, it would be fun again.
Yeah. The game's just a little simple. We can make it fun again. The shadow descends on the board once again. More pieces are added, their shapes more intricate, their purposes less immediately clear, and the two of you set about discovering the complexities of the game anew. And so you do. And it is fun again. In fact, it's almost as fun as the first time you played, and the sputtering torch roars back to life. But then you get used to the additions, and the feeling. More pieces are added. The feelings flare. The feelings fade. The princess suggests new rules.
I think that is
a glimmer
the
of what
point, yeah.
could have been excitement flits through your mind, quickly vanishing as the game progresses. Your pieces advance in an ever-increasing slot. Winning and losing become nothing but ends. And even the end becomes nothing as you roll over into a new...
I'm out of ideas. I'm actually out of ideas this time. I don't think I can play anymore.
As the words leave the princess's mouth, another torch goes out. Again, the remaining flames burn brighter.
I'm happy. I promise. We're both so happy here. You don't have to be upset.
This is... awful. I think we all know the win.
Like we've been given everything someone else has told us we wanted. But it isn't what we want.
The third torch sputters out.
Yep.
The princess's shadow dances furiously against the far wall.
There's just one left. I think I'd like to dance under the stars.
That sounds lovely.
But there aren't any stars here. I'd have to leave.
As she says that, the shadow rushes forward and tightens its grip.
I'm not happy here. I don't think I ever...
The princess sobs, burying her face in her hands as the final torch blows out. She raises her head, mascara trailing down her cheeks.
No, it feels like an important part of me is gone.
The princess's eyes...
Well, we can't sit here forever. That part of us is...
The princess pushes herself from her chair, and you instinctively do the same, waiting by the top of the stairs as she quietly crosses the room.
Do you? I don't know. Me too. And I don't...
As the princess steps towards the stairs, the corners of her mouth curl into a demure smile, and she gently takes your hand in hers. You're offering surprisingly little resistance. It does. Yes, well, I've seen my fairy tale ending, and I think there might be worse things than the end of the world. Really was just all meaningless. Think what you will. You and the princess don't exchange words as you descend the stairs to the cabin's entrance. And then the two of you step out into the world. I think this is the end of me.
Even if it's not the end of you. He's really... Yeah. There's an itching in the back of my head that...
The stars are...
A quiet moment passes over you. A comfortable quiet.
I meant it when I said I wanted to dance.
She gently pulls you forward, and the two of you fall into graceful step. The only rhythm that guides you is the shared thumping of your hearts, beating in perfect unison. Her face, worn and tired, brightens the faster you move, a soft, sad smile, widening and widening, until it reflects only genuine affection. You send her out in a wide spin, and your arms stretch to their limits, only the tenuous grasp of your hand in hers holding you together. You share a gaze that feels like it lasts forever.
Thank you for taking me here. This is nice, even if it's a little cold outside.
Memory returns.
She's gone.
And is that a... But it feels so bad.
It's calling us. Okay, we trust...
Approach the mirror. You are nothing at all.
I haven't, and that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. Any other version of me you talked to was just that, perhaps they thought that admitting to it, I'm sure many of them,
For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entire... Except for me. I can tell you... Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing, and the patterns are... You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death. Oh, did I? That means nothing in the grand scheme of things. If that's your belief, there's nothing... By slaying the princess, once she's gone... Yes, you are special. I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god. Even one you've woven in. I'm just an echo.
Alright.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to
Yes, let's hear all the backstories
Picture of
now.
a life and a picture of a life and a picture of a life. How deep must repetition still our movements, until even the air we breathe is stale? You doused the flames of false devotion, and in my despair, you lifted my chin, and the two of us danced beneath the stars.
Now writing a summaries of all the stories we've done,
But the
backwards
stars
moving
can't
up.
be seen unless the flames go out, and the walls come crashing down. Can you not do for all things what you did for us? And dance with me again, and you'll never have to stop. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? Oh, is it not?
A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured.
WR,
And you
you're
cannot
absolutely
nurture
right.
that which cannot change.
I'm so glad I got Thorn.
You cling to your notion of pain as suffering. There is beauty in ugliness, and love in conflict.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead, and alive and dead, all at once.
You learn to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives. And yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. There is no constant. Open your eyes. It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth. This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one...
I'm starting in a minute. I'm actually gonna snooze that. Because I want to get through this. Do we slay the princess? I think we slay the princess.
Even now you think you can destroy me. If it takes all of it to...
You don't have to face her alone.
Hero! Let's go!
It's good to be here. You'll never be able to strike a decisive blow from her. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all...
It's time to
She's relentless. Then let's go. Do you need me to describe things? That'd be nice. A little comfort in an almost unfamiliar place.
Contrarian!
Oh, you made it here too? We never really got to talk to her, did we? This one, I mean.
It's just us. I think the rest of them are...
And I've been here since you left me here. No hard feelings, I'm just glad you're back. Yeah, it really goes to show... Me too. He was a lot of fun. Really easy to mess with. At least it seems you're honouring his memory. I'm sure he'd be... That's probably for the best. So, you're not... No, we've been through too much for that. You've gotten serious. Besides, what's the third beat? It isn't funny if I suggest that twice, especially since you never took me up on it last time. There's the guy I know.
Throw the blade out the window.
Those winding stairs again. But now there's only one way forward. Do you remember the first time we were... Yeah, it was a
It's okay. You can come down. Let's talk one last time before you...
She doesn't sound messy anymore. And forward we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting. That was easy compared to last time. Just stairs. Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
Even after everything you've seen, and all the lives we've lived together, you still want to kill us. The Echo really got his hooks into you. It's okay. No hard feelings. In a way, you helped us become a version of her. But we weren't fair. That's probably why we were taken away.
After all we did, she's just...
Then don't slay us. Maybe there never even has to... The way it all works seems to be based on you. So believe that we can put it all back. Believe we can send us all back to the beginning.
Can they really do that? Why wouldn't it be what we want? Especially if it brings him back. We can't keep going without a nemesis.
Smash, next question yet. Gotta kill her.
There's no need to apologize. We are what we are, and this is in your nature. Even through everything, through all the worlds we've seen and experienced, through all the lives we've known and lost, we could never imagine a world without you and us. It doesn't feel possible. Despite it all, we've always loved you.
You blink, and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small, melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. Whatever action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged and left each of you with a piece of the other. But destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself. But the world hasn't ended. Things continue on.
She's
Well, excuse me,
gone.
princess.
I don't think she's coming back. Is that a metaphor, or... That's right. We've got a whole world to see.
You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. And then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here. Yeah, there's not a lot for us to do, is there?
The path and the woods outside are an empty canvas. But there's even more to see beyond this place, the fruits of your labor. A world free from death. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
Come on now. It shouldn't be that hard to break out of here. We're some sort of god, aren't we? He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. And then the shattering. You are free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it? But all of us are still here.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
We really did win, didn't we? We're the house now. We get to make the rules. This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
The whispering and the coercion and the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive has stopped. I could get used to this.
That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself.
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable.
Shut the fuck up, Smitten.
Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it.
Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better.
Hear, hear, to our vanquished foe.
Welcome back, everyone. It's great to see you all again. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah? Yeah, we can do that.
That was just one of the many, many, many endings. That's the second one I've got now. The first one was the first one I did yesterday when I finished. You can watch the VOD for it.
Get fucked!
The first one from the one I did yesterday was actually I need to run an ad. My pre-rolls are about to running an ad because my pre-rolls are about to take over my channel. Anyways, because most of you that are here are actually subscribed. Anyways, yes, this game has many, many endings, and it's so every time. So there's basically two parts of this game. The first is going through and gathering vessels, and then the second half is basically what you do after you find the vessels. I don't even know how I still am at this point, because you've only been subscribed for a month, and it's still within that month. So now we have reset gallery. No. You don't want to do that, but yes. The end of everything. We have not accomplished a lot. Okay, we have this one. This one. That's if we find freedom as gods forever. That is the first time we talked to her and we let her kill us. Turn your reading and slay her once for all. Leave her at the end of everything. Like it all tells you what you have to do. Right, here's the broken cabin. And here's the one where we kill her. And we do our own world. Right? There's the spaces between, which I'm pretty sure we have everything except this last one. Damn both of you to an incomplete existence. Yeah, I haven't done that one yet. And then the hero and the princess. So yes, the beginnings and endings. And then all the memories of all the vessels. Right, so beginnings is just everything you can do in the hero and the princess. So I have like 4. Yeah, find the beast. Get her to break her own chains. Always leave a means of easy egress. Everything was so easy if you would just do exactly as I say as quickly as you can. That seems like it would be an interesting one to find, but yes. And then all the different vessels. The only other one we haven't found is the beast. But that's because we ended up doing the prisoner a second time. And then we got the second damsel. And then these are all like the second one. So if we do not, if we fail to like quote unquote capture, yeah, that sounds like you just listen to narrator, yeah. So, the reason I haven't unlocked the second form is a lot of these. If I somehow, because basically how you quote unquote win the vessel is you have to get her outside. In any way, shape, or form. If you get her outside the cabin, the end of everything, you know, the hands like kidnap her, right? But if she kills you, you know, if she kills you, like this one, the moment of clarity, I didn't, yeah, the razor, I got the second razor. But yeah, this one, like the moment of clarity, bear witness to darkest fears. So this was the second nightmare, right? Nightmare became into this, but I didn't actually get to see it because when I got to this point, I just said, hey, actually, fuck this. I'm just gonna do nothing. And that's when the end of everything was like, hey, you didn't bring me a vessel, you dumb motherfucker. Go back and do it again. So. My favorite one so far is the Eye of the Needle, though. Like, hello? Giant woman? Wood. Like, wood. And that is coming off of the adversary. And then we have the tower, which is where she becomes like a deity, which turns into the apotheosis. And I couldn't finish the apotheosis because when I got to this point, the game crashed. So I never got to finish it. Which other ones did I get yesterday? Yeah, and then the first prisoner. Yeah, where I accidentally shackled myself to the wall, and then we just sat and waited for the walls to erode until we could eventually access outside, and then bam, won the game. And then the original damsel, where, yeah, where she stabs us to death. Where we just go outside with her and bam. That's the first part. The second half is where we, you know, had that problem happen. Remove choices for you, so it's usually only during the same playthrough. So when you start a new game and you have to get your 4 or 5 vessels, once you've gotten a vessel, the game, or rather the end of everything, does not let you do another option again. And the in-game reason for that is they specifically say, I already have this vessel, go get me a different one. So if at some point I just got, like, the witch, right? I just did the witch, and instead of, like, giving her the blade and letting her kill me, we go outside, then she would have gotten this vessel. And then if I went to go do the same thing again, I could not get the thorn. I would not be able to get thorn because I've already gotten the witch. So it won't let me do the choices. You'll have noticed that at some point when I was trying to do the, trying to get to the second damsel, because I got the witch by betraying her, right? I let her out and then I stabbed her. So when I was going through the same thing, trying to get to the damsel route, you'll notice that all the options that said slay the princess were grayed out and I couldn't select them. Because it was all within the same playthrough. Anyways, I've gone like an hour over I wanted to. I need to go pick up my meds. But that, like, this playthrough lasted a long